Hi tubers, look what I have. This is a beast, no, this is an A77 Mark 1. I just picked it up from the original owner. He told me he bought this deck in Germany in 1967. I will fill you in on the story about this deck later on. Okay, so several years ago, I'd say it might be 4 or 5 years ago, I restored a A77 and I put it on Craigslist for sale. So I got a call from this gentleman who asked me if I wanted to trade. So I asked him, trade what? He said, well, I have two Revox A77 and I will trade those two for the one you have on Craigslist. So I thought that was something I never heard before. So I said, no, I'm not interested in trading, but if you want to sell the deck to me, we can talk about it. So he said, no, I don't want to sell it right now. I said, okay. So about a year later, I called him up because I had written down his number for obvious reason, because this is a potential opportunity there to get two Revox locally. So I called him up and said, what are you going to do with the Revox? Do you still have them? I said, yeah, I still have them, but I'm not selling them yet. I said, okay. All right. So about 3 weeks ago, I received a call from him asking me if I was interested in the Revox. So I said, well, it depends. I'd have to see them first. And then I proceeded to tell him that I don't take jobs in, but this is a special case. So if I could restore one for him, and then he could give me the other one in return. So we agreed on that. So I went to his house today to look at the Revox, both Revox. One was a A77 Mark 4, and this is a Mark 1. So he want to keep the Mark 1. This is his baby. He bought it in 67, so he want to keep it. So I do understand that he want to keep this one. So I say, okay, I'll take this and I'll see what I can do, and I'll get back to you. Then I warned him that I work very slow, so this is not a deck he's gonna see anytime soon, because I'm always traveling, and when I'm home, if I'm not motivated, I'm not gonna work on a deck. So he agreed to my terms. So here is a B77. A77. He also told me that the last time he turned it on, he sees smoke flying out of it. So I'm like, wow, that sounds like a rifle cap all over again. But here's the deck. So let's see. Wow, it's properly rusted out. Look at you can see this. Look at the RCA jacks. They're rusted out. Right. The deck, I don't know where he had this deck, but I don't know where he stored it. So I'm peeping inside of it to see. Let me see if I can show it to you. Deep down inside of it, you see that? This thing is rusty. So I also explained to him that I do not work on dirty decks. I have to clean them properly before I even start working on it. So, shit. Damn, I got my work cut out for me. Watch that. Jesus. Whoa. Got the capstan. The capstan is all rusty. And this here is bent, kind of lifting up. Wow. Let's see what the other side looks like. So what I'm gonna do, I dare not power this thing up. You know my MO already. I have to clean it before I do anything to it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove it from the case to see what inside looks like. Okay. Wow. Jesus. Let me show you what I'm up to. Look, look, look that, look at that. Look at that, look at that. Wow. This is from 1967. Whoa. 67, 68. I don't know. 60. Wow. This thing needs a proper cleaning. I gotta give it one of my specialty cleaning. I dare not even try to turn this thing on. I'm gonna give it a proper hose down, man. I have no choice. I have no choice than to give this thing a proper hose down. Wow. And let it dry in the sun for a few days. Might be, you know what I mean? But definitely. Let me see if any of the caps. Caps. The motor run caps not leaking. Okay. Let me see. Yeah. No leakage. I will have to test them and see where they're at. Wow. This thing is something else, man. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take out the pull off the back, the bottom cover, and take out the cards. Wait a while. I think I should remove the motor. Oh, I can cover them up nicely. Cover up the motor and give it a proper wash down. Hi. Okay, stay tuned for that piece. All right. Stay tuned. So this is what I'll be using to spray this thing up, soften up the gunk. Wow, the deck was all rusted out. Man. So I'm gonna take this capstan apart also. Somebody was working on this. What's this? Somebody left the, wow. Yep, somebody was working on it. There's lots of parts here. Well, I must say the boards doesn't look that bad. I can just use a brush to the boards so I don't have to water them down. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take this in the back now and give it the royal treatment. Okay, here we go. Here we go for the royal treatment. Holy shit. Okay, there you go. So what I'll do, I'll dry it in the sun for a few days. I come out every couple of hours and just turn the deck around, turn it around, spin it around, and let gravity do its thing to prevent the water from settling inside of it anywhere. So I'll be in and out to monitor this thing to make sure that no water is left in it. Everything must evaporate. All right, there you have it. That's the cleaning of the A77 Mark 1. Now this is the second day in the sun for the A77. It's been taking a sun bath for 2 days, almost 2 days now, just to make sure that no water is left inside of it. So all these terminals were all corroded real badly, all of them. Everything was so dirty, so corroded. So what did I do? I used my the crud cleaner, and I also use vinegar to get rid of that those corrosions. Yeah, so it's looking real tidy now. So I let it soak for another hour or so before I take it inside. Okay, here we are. The A77 has finally made it to my bench. Okay, so you saw me clean this thing up, and it was outside almost 2 days in the sun. So now I can see that all the caps here, all my rifle caps are bulgy and cracked. I have caps here, cap here, here. Pull in a little bit closer. And where again? Here, underneath here. This is the this capstan PC board, and all those caps are cracked. So I am not going to power up this thing right away, just because I do not want to plug it in and then the thing fry up. You know, I don't want to hear that. Actually, the owner told me that he had plugged it in and all he saw was smoke coming out of this thing. So I don't see any of the caps smoke, like it burst in that due to that smoking that he saw. But I'm going to take a closer look again, you know, because I don't want to overlook something. But I will definitely change these caps before I power this thing up. To be honest, I won't touch it otherwise. Then I'm going to go through and I'm going to test all these caps that are, you know, test all the power caps, you know, the motor run caps. I'm going to test all of them to make sure that, you know, they're within specs. And what surprises me is that these caps are holding up, the motor run caps. Not a sign of leakage there at all. I was very surprised because this thing is very old, and it's the original owner. He bought it in Germany, 68 or 67. I don't remember which. No, 67 or 77. I don't remember exactly which year it was, but he bought it brand new in Germany, he told me. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I did pull out the cards already, and I looked to see if anything was burnt, or I don't see any burnt components on this thing. So but what's interesting is this piece of work here. Somebody put this cap in, and this piece of modification here That's interesting. Of course, I'm going to remove that and put the, look like they couldn't find the correct value and they put them all in parallel. So, yeah, I'm going to make sure the correct value is placed on this board and undo this work. So yeah, so that's where I'm at with this A77 Mark 1. I got my work cut out for me here. Okay, I will keep you posted.